Today we review Vision number 6, Black Panther number 1, and Spider-Woman Alpha number 1. Hello and welcome to the show with reviews. I'm Auram, and today we're going to be reviewing 3 comics just like we normally do every week. For the past few weeks, we really haven't been reviewing comics, but we're back to it, so let's get started. First up is Vision number 6, written by Tom King with art by Gabriel Hernandez-Walta. Okay, this comic is terrifying. Virginia, who is the Vision's wife that Vision created, is one of the scariest characters I have ever read about. Just everything she does, the little quirks that she has, like sometimes she repeats words, it just gives me chills and gives me this constant sense of dread. And King does an extremely well job of just crafting, putting emotions onto you as you read this book. It's really well done. This does make me wonder though, if Virginia was just a human and she did everything she's doing now and just had all the same quirks and everything, would it be as scary? It's something that I'll probably actually do a video about in the future. So it's super interesting to me. And another thing I wanted to talk about here was the end of this book. And it's not really a huge spoiler, it's just this book was self-contained pretty much so far, but it was connected to the larger Marvel universe. And I just wanted to comment on how good Tom King was at creating this kind of bubble around this story that allowed for that reveal to be kind of like unsettling and weird and just kind of show the impact of it a little bit. I am a little worried that this book is going to start being oversaturated with characters and kind of lose some of its charm because of being connected to the larger Marvel universe, but I have hope for Tom King. Also, side note, DC announced with their DC Rebirth livestream that Tom King is going to be writing Batman, and I am so excited for that. Next up is Black Panther number 1, written by Ta-Nehisi Coates with art by Brian Stelfreeze. Sorry if I butchered that first name, by the way. Okay, so this comic was hyped up a lot by Marvel, mostly because it's the first time in a while that Black Panther has gotten his own series, and the movie coming out and all that stuff. There's like a billion variant covers, as most number 1s have nowadays, but it was a little underwhelming. The book's good, it's just not great. Now, to be fair, I'm not super familiar with Wakandan lore and just that whole history and backstory that surrounds that, and a lot of that is what's going on in this book, so I could very well just be confused for the sake of being confused here. I'm not entirely sure. The only things that super intrigued me or grabbed me here were all the things going on with T'Challa. Everyone else, I didn't know who they were. The only other person I knew in this book was Shuri. And she doesn't seem to play that big a role. Other than that though, the art was really nice here. I specifically loved how Stelfreeze showed kind of the vibranium and Wakandan tech in like T'Challa's suit and all the Wakandan people with their cool little neato gadgets with all the like tech stuff in his helmet and stuff. That was cool. So to sum this up, good, not great, just doesn't really live up to the hype that Marvel gave it. Hopefully it gets better though. And finally, Spider-Woman Alpha number 1, written by Robbie Thompson with art by Vanessa Del Rey. Okay, so for those of you who haven't seen the new set piece back there, it's a Spider-Woman thing that I spent a lot of time on. It's a Stacey Lee variant that I kind of color corrected and put the logo on and then made it into a wallpaper and a poster, obviously, because I'm really excited about this event. I'm really excited about that. So, what did I think of this book? I was pretty much literally half and half on this. The writing was great, the story was all there, and it gets me pumped for the event to come. This is an alpha issue, so it should kind of pose as like a premiere or a premise for the event leading into Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, and Silk. But the art was just not good. I've never heard of this artist before, so she might be relatively new, but just everything just looked very difficult to understand and was just hard to look at. The faces were all like gobbledygook most of the time, and it just, I don't know, I had a hard time looking at this art. I don't want to dwell on that too much though, because again, I don't know much about the artist. It could just be a stylistic thing. Tell me if you liked the art in this book. The story is actually what I'm super excited about here. It seems like a logical progression to the Spider-Gwen story that's going on right now. If you don't know, they're introducing the Silk of that world, which kind of is like the shield of Prime universe or something. I don't know, that's the point of the event, I assume. So go read it, I like it. Definitely catch up on the rest of the books, obviously I like them. And just read this event. I'm sure it's gonna be good, and it's probably not gonna sell that well. So pick it up it'll help. But those are all the reviews that I got for you this week. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you thought about your pulls that you picked up this week, or just whatever you thought of the books that I reviewed. And before you head out, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything that I upload every Friday and soon every Wednesday. That all being said, thank you so much for watching. Next time I jump in a ball pit because I'm secretly real sad and it just scares all the kids off and it's a real sad scene, guys.